everybody comes to Nashville now, and they're like whooping it up. They call it NashVegaas here now. And then we get on the airplane, and right behind me were three ladies who had the time of their lives in Nashville, and they are not going to let it go until they land in Chicago. And they sang. And then they got other rows to sing. I was like, I'm in the Twilight Zone. I'm not drunk. I don't want to be drunk. I just want to get to Chicago.
At least they were happy and they're not throwing up in your lap.
Yeah.
They were super happy about everything. Oh my gosh, look at this cute little package of snacks. Can I have more? Yes. I'll toss you mine. Chew with your mouth closed.
Welcome to Three Little Fishes. We're three sisters who grew up in the Midwest together, but have since spread across the country. I live in Los Angeles.
I'm in Nashville.
And I live in Philadelphia. We are all married with children. We've all had careers, but now we stay at home with our families.
We've all been through ups and downs that come along with life and have always helped each other through, shared stories, and laughed together.
We welcome all of you into our daily conversations and hope you have some fun with us.
So let's jump in.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello.
We took a pause last week because we couldn't get ourselves organized because we were not around. So it's good to see you guys.
It's nice to see you too.
Welcome back from your travels.
Thank you.
Kathy, you've had a lot of drama this morning. We were supposed to start our talking like 40 minutes ago. What happened over there?
You know, I was having technical difficulties. I don't know. Me being gone, I think sometimes our computer goes haywire, and I could not get it to even like register the Wi-Fi.
I mean, people don't know you like I do and Linda does, but nobody has more technical issues.
I feel
than
like
you.
no.
I don't.
This is a true point. I feel like I have a technical black cloud over my head. The simplest things I can't do.
I agree with that.
I mean, I don't know even how to explain it.
I don't think I can really. I'm usually can really find the bright side of that, and I kind of agree with you. I don't know what happens over there, but you seem to struggle.
I must have like a magnetic something internally that messes up all electronics. I don't know.
I'm sure that's what it is, an internal magnet.
Yeah.
Well, we ended up late. I didn't think we were going to go anywhere, but we ended up in Palm Springs for just a couple days, and it was really nice to get out of our box. Tim's aunt lives in Palm Springs, and his cousin, who lives in Denver with her daughter, went to Palm Springs for a visit. So we got to see some family for a few days, which was really nice. And we got to play a little golf. And I am here to report we are not great. Feel like we're definitely still learning, but I feel like at this point we are not an embarrassment when we go on the golf course, which I feel like is gigantic. And
Huge.
It's exciting to feel like I can go play without trying to shield my face. Like nobody knows me here.
Golf is hard.
So that was fun.
That's huge. I saw that cute little video of your daughter hitting the ball.
So Johanna, she teed off every hole, and she putted every time. And she would play every now and then. You know, we played 18 the day she played with us, and that's a long time. But honestly, you guys, she hit the ball. She could tee off, and it was pretty good. She's like, this might be my sport. I'm like, this might be your sport.
That's a great age to learn.
But I think for me, it's fun to find activities that we can do together. I'm not playing soccer. I don't know. So it's nice to be able to get outside and do some stuff together. And we also went on a really cool hike. And I would tell you where that was, but I forget where the park was. But it was really nice to just be outside and get some fresh air and move our bodies a little bit. So that was good. And then you guys, we got back. We're back into our routine this week. I just want to tell you one little bright spot that happened. So I wanted some tea as I was waiting for Riley at soccer. And I go to Starbucks, which I don't do very often. And I go to Starbucks and I'm getting a tea. And the lady was like, that cart paid for you. Wasn't that so nice? That's never happened to me
The
before.
cart in front of you did?
Yes, it made my day. I was like, oh, thank you so much. Like, they can't hear me, but thank you so much. And it honestly really, made my day. I thought that was super
Wow.
That's so
That
nice.
is so nice.
Yeah. Linda, what about you? What's happening over there?
Well, spring break was 3 weeks long because I have 3 kids with 3 different spring breaks. So we know I took the boys to Florida. That's a whole other thing. And then our college students came home. So last week was the last week of a college student being home, which was great. So we didn't do anything. We just did some shopping and hung out and did all the Easter things. And then the other daughter came home. So we had the whole house full last weekend, which was amazing. And I'm actually getting in the car in just a few minutes and driving to D2 because it's Mom's Weekend. So it's our first Mom's Weekend. So I'm super excited to meet her friends and hang out. Even though I just spent last week with her, I can't wait to see her in her like collegiate environment and meet her people.
That'll be so fun.
Awesome.
And then yesterday I had a new air conditioner put in. I mean, honestly, this house might be the death of me. And that's a whole nother ball of wax. But like, we got this house and I'm systematically replacing everything. And this was an unexpected, but on Easter Sunday, it was 78 degrees in our kitchen.
Yeah. That's no good.
That's not right.
It's no good.
It's no good.
It's no good. Well, this weekend you can go bar hopping with your daughter and see
I
if you can still like.
She has a fake. So we might do that. She tells me these stories of like.
Who did you whisper?
I mean, I don't know who hears this, but anyway, she tells me stories of this like ginormous 2-liter thing of margaritas that she gets, and it has like straws. If you can't see me, it's like this huge tower, and it has holes in the side for straws. And then her friends, they all share it, which also explains why we're chronically ill.
Yeah.
Right? And I keep saying, can you please stop sharing drinks with people? She's like, Mom, it's the way it's done. I'm like, okay, well, then you're going to be sick all the time because you're sharing germs with who knows who out there.
Well, to be fair, it is made with alcohol. So doesn't tequila kill all?
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyway, that's what I'm doing in just a few minutes. I got to like check in with the house sitter. The boys are in Pittsburgh. Kathy, they almost drove to yesterday because they got done with their game early, but it's 3 hours. And today it would have been 3 hours. But they're staying in a horrible hotel. It's so uncomfortable.
Oh.
It's bare bones. And Rich was like, Kathy's house would have been so much better. And I know it's comfortable there, but then I would have had to drive.
Oh.
So they didn't call you. And your kids are in school today too. So anyway.
Oh, well, they would have been
we
welcome.
almost had visitors yesterday. I know. So anyway. What about you, Kath? How was your week?
I just got back from spring break and it was a lot of fun. The weather in Florida was pretty nice. It was warm and sunny. A few days it was cloudy and rainy, but for the most part, hands down better than here.
I was just noticing you're not wearing a turtleneck, so you must be having it must get warm there.
Well, yesterday, honestly, for the last 2 days, it's been raining cats and dogs, and it's been in the 50s, 40s. That's cold.
Why is that saying cats and dogs? Have you always wanted to know that? Why cats and dogs? Who thought of that?
I don't know.
But this is a whole nother conversation because I say a lot of sayings, and it's because of Mom. and her
Yeah.
mom. And my kids will be like, I mean, our oldest has a whole list of sayings that we say that are bizarre.
I
She
guess that
says,
just rolled
like,
off
I
my
don't know.
tongue. I don't know. But
Well, no,
Yeah.
mom and dad say it
Yeah.
all the time. Like, but where did that come from? Like,
I
who
don't know.
thought of cats and dogs? Why would they come
Maybe
from the
one of our
sky?
listeners can dial in and write.
Yeah, we should
and tell
look into
us we're
that.
cats and dogs.
But I was hoping to come back and it would be like somewhat lovely here, and that was a disappointment. But I'm trying to get over it. Yeah, my trip was good. Nothing bad happened. My luggage actually was overweight. That was a boo when I showed up at the airport. Cause
Okay. For those who don't know
Kathy.
you, I'm just going to say your luggage is most of the time overweight, and there's always some sort of drama with your luggage.
well,
Did you take
I
Big
took-
Black?
yeah, I have my big black. Okay.
Okay.
And for those who
pause.
don't know,
Yes. Big Black is this ginormous piece of, like luggage that it has no markings on it. She's had it forever. And whenever we see it, we're always like, oh no, Big Black made an appearance.
it's
huge.
gigantic. It's black. Nothing special, except it looks like it's like weighs 1,000 pounds without any. You could smuggle bodies in there if you wanted to. You
Yes, you
don't,
could.
and you
It's
haven't,
so-
but you could. I mean, it's gigantic.
Well, I've learned that it does get heavy, overpacked. So I actually skinnied it down and zippered it, so it wouldn't expand. And then I weighed it in our bathroom. My husband helped me weigh it.
On your bathroom
Yeah,
scale?
he tried to weigh it to make sure it wasn't overweight. And I thought I was doing good. And then I took out some stuff because I had to bring some extra stuff for the boys because my son in college needed some swimming suits, which I had to go buy him the night before. And of course that weighed maybe 2 pounds. Then I brought this Easter candy and all this other stuff, which weighed a lot. So we took all that out of my bag and then we put it in my golf bag. Well, we thought that would sail through, but the lady at the counter was like, your golf bag's overweight. I was like, oh no. And there was nothing I could do because I was traveling by myself. So I just had to pay the money. But it was kind of sad. But on the way home, it was better because they ate all the candy, so it was less weight. And then I gave my son his clothes, so I was skinnier coming home.
I mean, I'm sure you're right. That candy and those swim trunks really weigh a lot.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure that did it.
40 pounds is really not that much.
It's a lot. 40 pounds is a lot.
40 pounds is a lot, but
when you have your golf clubs,
I get it.
Golf clubs weigh a lot.
Yeah, golf clubs do weigh a
So
lot.
anyway, besides that, the traveling was fine, except some dude got ill in our plane. That was really a bummer too. Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
Throwing up? He threw up on your shoes?
He didn't throw up on my shoes, but he threw up on himself and the people around him. And
that is so disgusting.
I think that would really.
Do you know you're sick before you get on the plane and you think, oh, I'm going to make it? Or you get on the plane and you have anxiety and you decide, oh, I'm going to get sick.
Well, maybe it could have been a little bit of both. I mean, I have to say the airplane was super hot when we got on there. And I was like, when people get anxious about traveling, so maybe that played into it too.
Yeah.
And if he was, I don't know what his condition was, but I thought he seemed hungover. But I could be wrong.
I'm here to tell you.
I could be wrong about that, but
well, you were in Fort Lauderdale, spring break heaven.
I mean, I do know this about myself, that if a stranger's throwing up on me, I'm not in a good headspace. I don't know how I would make it through that flight.
Did the whole plane smell bad?
Well, I can tell you that makes me feel sick when I smell that. So I luckily was a little bit further away. I could not smell it, But yeah. Anyway, but
I want a refund. I want a refund.
I know.
I'm having emotional distress. I want a
I
refund.
feel bad for the people helping them. They're all like masked and gloved and like, yuck.
Well, yeah, because that's all that bodily fluid. Listen, if you can't hold your liquor, take another
Yeah,
flight.
I know.
I mean, if that's what the problem was.
I mean, we don't know. We're just assuming. He could have been ill, and it's expensive to fly. So maybe he's like, we don't know his situation. Maybe he's like, I have to get this flight, or maybe he's going. We don't know why he had to. Maybe it was the emergency he got on this flight.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the situation.
Should we give him the? Well, let's give him the benefit of the doubt, and poor guy, and be happy
Yeah.
that you weren't sitting next to him.
Yeah, I agree.
Aye.
Although I will tell you, I live in Nashville. I don't know if you guys remember this, but a couple of years ago, I had to fly to Chicago on a Sunday night, and I will never do it again because everybody comes to Nashville now, and they're like whooping it up, like they're crazy people. Like it's the new, they call it NashVegaas here now. And I get to the airport. I'm flying Southwest because it's a quick flight. It's cheap. It's a quick flight. It's amazing. And I get there and there's a bar at the terminal in Southwest in BNA. And people have left like Broadway, which is like the strip. And they've gone straight to this bar in the terminal and they are still whooping it up. They're singing songs. They're having a big old time. They're living their best lives. And then we get on the airplane. And right behind me were three ladies who had the time of their lives in Nashville. And they are not going to let it go until they land in Chicago. And they sang. And then they got other rows to sing. And they were telling stories. And then they're arranging for meetups later in Chicago. I was like, I'm in the Twilight Zone. This is the most miserable experience I've ever had. I'm not drunk. I don't want to be drunk. I just want to get to Chicago. So lesson learned, don't travel from from Nashville anywhere on a Sunday night unless you have been living the NashVegaas high life because it is insane.
Well, it's better. At least they were happy and they're not throwing up in your lap.
Yeah.
That's true. They were super happy about everything. Oh my gosh, look at this cute little package of snacks. Can I have more? Yes. I'll toss you mine. Chew with your mouth closed.
Oh, well, Kelly, I think you should retire Big Black, that big black suitcase.
It's funny.
And I think you should let it go because I feel like now with traveling, it's harder and harder to maneuver all your stuff. So it's like, how much stuff do you really need for a weekend?
Well, I have
a week.
Had that discussion. I said Big Black just weighs too much by itself. So I really have to pare down what I'm taking. And then it's not enough. I mean, I was actually...
And then you get to your destination, you're like, I don't have
that
choices.
Was how I
the weather
felt.
changes,
I felt like I could have had another outfit or two would have been nice instead of having to do laundry. So I'm going to look into a new bag. I need to get a new bag. And that's my next choice. I got to find...
You need a new set is what you need.
I need a new bag.
The carry-on.
My son needs a new bag. And we need those wheels that rotate.
I was just reading. There was just an article on this on a traveler's site. I can't remember what it was called, but they were talking about Traveler's Crew Versa Pack, like this luggage that airline stewardess and pilots like the airline crews and they said why they liked it.
Yeah. I think there's a couple of different brands out there like Travel Pro, but honestly, Rich has Tumi.
That's what I have.
Because he travels every week.
Yeah.
But I don't think not to, I think it holds up really well, but it's really expensive. And I don't think there's anything like majorly special about it.
Like that's what
Maybe.
brand we have, and we've had it forever, so it has held up.
Yes, it does hold
Yeah, but
up.
it
But I also feel like his is a little heavier than mine because I have
What
that
kind do you
like
have?
hard. I'm gonna have to look. It's nothing. It was not expensive. I bought a set for like I don't know $150. Like it was crazy. I got it at Macy's, and you know how Macy's always has amazing sales. And I thought, let me give it a try. And it works great. It expands. It is my house sitter needs my address. It expands. It's a hard case, but it's like got enough give that I can shove a lot of stuff in it. And it's got the little carry-on. It's got the big one. And it's got like what I use as a makeup. And it works great.
Yeah, I don't have a really fancy one either. It's the light hard, but the case is hard. It's like a Samsonite. I think I got it like I honestly think I got it like at, um, not Kohl's, but like TJ Maxx or something. And I've had that thing for years, and it is lightweight. It rolls really well, and it's got a ton of pockets inside. There's no flaws with it. I like it.
Maybe what we can do is attach some links for a couple of things that we like, and then you can look at it.
Because
when I
you
get a
like to
chance.
pat, Kathy, too. You almost need something like you like to bring your hangers with you. You literally it's like you're like a movie. You're like Doris Day when she would like go like to her closet in her fancy movie, and she would take her hangers and she would just throw it in a suitcase and close it up, and she would go. That's you. You're Doris.
I do like it because I like putting it in there, get it in there nicely, and then when you get to your destination, hang it up.
Yeah. You and Doris. I mean, if Doris Day had a twin, like I think you're it. I didn't know Doris Day, but I feel like I knew her through her movies, and I feel
she
like
had good clothes in some of her movies.
She did have good clothes.
She did.
But Kathy, doesn't that add to the weight of your bag?
I don't think the hangers, that's that much weight. You think?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I should get them and weigh them. That's what I'll do.
You report back.
On your bathroom scale, you'll just load them up.
Let us know what 15
I'm going to let you
weigh.
know next podcast.
Oh,
All right, what's everybody up to this weekend?
So I was invited to go on this. There's this women's group that does like hikes, and somebody I know said that she does these and she really enjoys them. They're just for women, and there's a hike this Saturday morning, and she invited me to come check it out. So I'm gonna do that. I'm like actually looking forward to it. I think it'll be nice.
Yeah.
I don't know her well, but she she's been really nice to me, and it's kind of nice to experience new stuff. So doing that. And then I'm supposed to go out to dinner with some girlfriends on Saturday evening.
The day of
That's
the woman.
so nice.
The day of I know. I normally don't have like stuff like that to do. It just so happens I have two things to do on Saturday, and I'm excited about it. Riley is supposed to play a soccer game, but he's not. I have to actually talk to his doctor again because he's not actually. He got cleared on Monday to start soccer again, and he started with two a day practices, which is probably too much. And he's complaining of headaches after he's done, like to the point where he wants medication for it. So they're bothering him, and he still woke up with the headache this morning. So I think that he told me that could happen, but I feel like I need to circle back to be like, is he doing too much? Should we just work
maybe
through
he's
it?
a little dehydrated.
I don't know. So I feel like I just need to check that box to make sure that everything's okay. And then he is supposed to, like last weekend, Johanna had a lot of like stuff to do, And like this weekend, I feel like it's Riley's turn. So then he has something on Sunday. So just kind of everybody has a little bit of stuff to do, which will be nice. And I need to get out my yard because it's really, 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 really weedy.
I know I have weeds too, but it's not warm enough for me to be out there. Yeah.
Which I can't stand being in my yard to weed that way. I like to just, play out there. I'm not like you two who I like the end result, but I find no joy in dealing with weeds. I cannot stand it.
I find it so satisfying.
There is something to like doing it is very monotonous and it's a lot of work. But once it's done, you're like, oh, that looks good.
Yeah,
I feel the same way, and my nails get all kind of messed up. Even
I can't, but gloves.
I do find it very satisfying when I'm done.
Kathy, what about you? What do you got going on?
Well, we don't have a ton going on this weekend. My husband is gone. He's going on a golf trip, so I'm here with the boys. They have lacrosse this weekend. It's lacrosse season, so I'll be doing that. I may take my friend out to dinner or lunch, whatever she wants. It's her birthday. So, yeah.
That's nice.
That's fun. I love that.
We know Linda's going to, she's going to bar crawl.
I know.
This
well,
weekend.
You need to make sure you Zoom us.
That would be fun.
I will. I'll send you some pictures. I'll send you some fun. We have activities. Scheduled.
I don't know why I said this. He's on a golf tournament. Peter is actually going to TCU.
Oh,
yeah.
Is he?
He's going to be at Parents' Weekend. Dad's.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Dad's time. Yeah.
Well, Sabrina said that we should all come sometime and visit, and I think your son also said that we should come too. And he's like, "I'll take you out," and I'm like, I'm up for the challenge.
I know. I think that we should.
We have 3 different colleges to hit, and we should
be
in the fall.
I think
Although
we should.
In the fall, Sarah will be in Scotland, so we'll have to bar crawl in Scotland.
Which will be
that would be fun. Ooh.
Christmas in Edinburgh, ladies.
I think the Scots would like us.
How long of a flight is that?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I have to look.
That would be cool, though.
Do you have a threshold that's too far, Kathy?
Well, I'm curious. I'm just wondering how far it is.
I think, to London is like 6 hours, right? So I think it's probably like 6.5. Because I think you can fly directly from Chicago.
Is she spending the entire semester there?
She is.
Okay.
So September 8th to January 4th, I think, or January 5th.
Nancy, that
cool.
could be your big birthday. We could do like a long weekend
in Scotland.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I suggested it to Todd, and he's like, "Okay, I'm in. I've got to find us deluxe accommodations in a castle." And I was like, "Listen, I can't get on that program. I got to use some. I'd be happy to foot the bill for like a Marriott hotel room, points for you, and then we can visit a castle." And he's like, "Fine."
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a ton of fun, and we'll just have to see. We work in Hollywood, and Hollywood is, it's a challenging time in Hollywood right now. So we'll just have to see.
Yeah.
Just have to see where it is.
I get it. I get it.
It feels like things are changing and evolving, and we'll have to just see where it all.
But that would be fun. Why don't we keep it on the burner?
Keep it on the back burner for yourself.
Yeah.
Linda is not cooking because she's traveling. Kathy, what's for dinner?
Oh, I was prepared today. I'm making shredded chicken in the crock pot.
Oh,
And we're gonna have shredded chicken
Quesadillas.
Shredded chicken bowls with rice and lettuce.
Oh, nice.
I know you love that. You love anything in a bowl. Like it's like you are all in with these.
I love these bowls because they're healthy. That shredded chicken's easy to make.
Yeah,
It is.
So
now, do you shred your chicken with forks, or do you put it in like the food processor and shred it, or the blender?
Oh, I've never blended it. I've always just done the forks.
Yeah.
Is it easier to do it in a blender?
Well, it shreds fast.
Huh. Maybe I should try.
It doesn't get mushy in the blender?
No.
You do it in the blender or the food
I'll send
processor?
you a link.
Am I going to have chicken all over?
You know, it's one more thing to wash. So, I mean, if you're adverse to that, I would say don't do it. But
maybe I should try it. Never done it.
I always take my chicken out of the crock pot and put it on the, cutting board and shred it there and then put it back in the crock pot.
That's how
to let simmer. Yeah.
Well,
and I think that works just as easy.
Okay.
Well, that sounds good. We're having pasta. You're going healthy. We're having pasta. Down and dirty.
What kind of pasta?
I'm going to make a marinara, like a bolognese, like with turkey.
Okay. That sounds good.
So, yeah.
Well, Linda.
All right, guys.
Have a great trip. Nancy, enjoy your weekend.
You'll hear from me.
Please, yeah.
I hope so.
FaceTime us.
Yeah. All right, and we'll set up some links for all of our luggage ideas.
We want to thank you for listening to our podcast.
Bye, girls.
Ouch.